Hello everyone. In this video, I will show you how to connect to the Spotify API for developers. So first of all, you'll have to make or create an app. So here you'll create an app. You can name it anything, and you have to write app description. So use it layer, and here in the redirect URI, you'll have to write the URL for your server. So my server is on the localhost 888 slash callback. Let's see, and you will use web API. Can remove the and then here instant and save. Then you will see in the settings you have your client ID and the client secret. You will need it in the server and in the front end, so you'll have to save it. So here's how I made my server. First, you will create a folder, then you will open it, and in the terminal you will install Express, Access, Query String, and Cores, and then you will create a file for the JavaScript. And here are the imports, and here are the data I want to access the Spotify database. And here is the first root handler. We will write three things in this. First thing, the constant, which carries the scope. The scope is what you need from the Spotify database. So we need two things: the user library and the user playlists. Second thing here, you will pass the parameters in this query so you can access the database. And these parameters are the response type, which is always code, the client ID, which is which is the ID for the application you made on Spotify API website, and the scope we made here, and the redirect page that you redirect after you made a successful login. And the last thing in this handler, which is the result, it will redirect you to the Spotify login page. And here we pass the parameters. And here for the second handler, it's the callback route, and the redirect URI is this. And it will contain query code. We will take it from the request data, and here we'll make a try and catch to eliminate any error, and we will use Axios. Here the method will be post, and the URL is the URL for Spotify token. So here you want to take the token so you can access the user data in the Spotify database. And here you will also send data, which is grant type and code and redirect URI and client ID and client secret. This is for more authentication, so not anyone can access your data on Spotify. And of course the headers. And here we will destructure the access token and refresh token from the response.data, which is this. So you can put it on the redirect link, so you can take it in the website and store it in the local storage. And here, if catch any error, we will send. And after all, we will make an app.listen so we know that it's running. So here, if I save, and here in the terminal, we'll write node server.js. So it's running, so it's successful. And that's it for the backend server. So here I created a React app for the front end, contains an anchor tag. The app function component returns an anchor tag, and here I will put the URL for the login page from Spotify, and I will create here spotify.jsx. So it will contain the data I need for the authentication. Also, it will contain the URL which we took from the API documentation for Spotify. And here you have to put the auth endpoint or the authentication endpoint you have here, and the client ID and the redirect URI. You'll have to pass it in the function called encode URI component to encode it. Also, the scope you will have to pass it in the encode URI component, and you will pass this URL to the anchor tag we made earlier. So here we will pass it, okay, endpoint, and it will import automatically, and then we will start the application. And here is the website, and here is the anchor tag we made. So when you will press it, you will see down the URL we made. It has the client ID and the redirect URI and the scope. So you'll press it. It will be redirected to Spotify login page. So you'll agree, and it will redirect you back to your page, your website. But you will have the access token and the refresh token. You can get it from window.hash and store it where you want. You can store it in the local storage or in the use state, and then you can access the user data like playlists and his library. And that's all. Thank you for watching.